Treyarch just announced a bunch of changes coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. Many of these changes have been asked for by the community for a while, ever since COD Next. So today we're discussing the changes and discussing if they're enough to fix this game's current standing, as much the Zombies community already dismisses this game as another failure. First, Liberty Falls. The COD blog says heading into launch, players can expect a moodier visual tone to the map, along with gorier set dressing and new environmental audio. It also says that additional atmospheric elements related to the map's main quest will be present throughout this map. So what it seems as if they're doing is trying to increase the tone and mood of this map, make it, more gory, make it feel more like zombies. Now, we really can't see too much of this in the photos. I guarantee we'll see this a lot more as we play the game in about 9 days. So off of this, I'm telling that they have made a good amount of changes, but nothing massive, nothing that actually massively changes the map. We also see that there are a bunch of natural weather occurrences across the map when you're doing the Easter egg, these purple clouds across the map. They seem really sick and kind of add to the atmosphere, but it's pretty minimal. Last week on COD Pod, we heard about these changes initially, and many of us assumed that these changes would be a lot more massive. We assumed that we'd be seeing almost a complete redesign of the map. Many thought, they thought perhaps they'd add some fog, maybe they'd change it to a night map, which really doesn't make too much sense, but they assumed that this map was getting a complete overhaul, which I really couldn't see them doing, but I do see that they are definitely trying to increase the tone and overall mood of this map, which I think is a good idea. A few extra clouds and a few mood-changing elements aren't enough to save this map. The map is really missing the mark in the fact that there is just no massive zombie-defining elements to this map's atmosphere. We do not fully know what these changes entail and what they bring, so all we can do is wait until launch. But at the current moment, I do not think these changes are enough to satisfy the Zombies community. In my opinion, the fastest and easiest way to change this map is to simply change the map's skybox. I think any other texture would just improve it. A nighttime or a cloudy or foggy, any other texture would be better in my opinion. I think that is the simplest and fastest way to bring change to this map, and honestly I feel as if it's all they need to do. The map isn't that bad. I think there is a nice amount of core and elements to it. We do see that the map is pretty much getting attacked. There's tons of fire, tons of chaos going on, so I think if they simply change the skybox, this map could be massively improved. Although on the good side, although this information isn't exactly new, I am very happy to see that Treyarch's Kevin Sherwood is making 2 tracks for Black Ops 6 Zombies, and one of them will be on this map. Moving on to the HUD changes, and we see a lot. We first see in the bottom left corner of your screen, we see whatever character that you're currently playing as, which is really cool. We see that in older Call of Duties, and now we're seeing it again. I love that. We also see that our perks are a lot tighter together. All of the perks are more together, which is really cool. We also see that the overall HUD has been refined a lot. We see that the gobble gums on the right side of your screen are gone. We also see in this game that the health bar has been turned off, which really wasn't a change, as your health bar can already be turned on and off. Also, the minimap was turned off, which again wasn't really a change. You can turn that off and on. So at the end of the day, we do see a good amount of changes, but it's nothing too massive. I think these HUD changes were very well needed and are honestly a lot better. I honestly think that despite the fact that not much changed, the HUD looks a lot better in my opinion. It looks a lot more refined. It looks a lot more as if this is an actual zombies map. I love that your character is in the bottom left. I think that's a really cool addition. I think this HUD is definitely a big improvement from the last one. I think this is a great change, but I still think that the bottom right side of the screen needs some changes. It still seems to be very basic in my opinion, and I definitely think they could make some improvements upon it. But again, we still don't know if they're planning more things, as there definitely could be some smaller changes as time goes on, as these are only HUD elements. I think the Call of Duty Zombies community will be very happy with these changes, as they are much more reminiscent of the older COD Zombies, and I think that's the main thing that much of the community is looking for. They also announced the new augment system, which is really cool, but I'm not really going to go into that, as that really isn't an update or a change. That's just being announced at this point. But at the end of the day, I believe these changes are a step in the right direction. I definitely think that there's a lot of improvement that could still be made, and I think that there should be a lot of improvements that should happen. But I think that that these updates for now are definitely good. I think that they show that the Call of Duty and Treyarch in general is ready to make changes to this game mode and honestly improve it, as at this moment I'd still say that Liberty Falls needs a lot of changes. I simply cannot say that this map is a lot better, as simply adding new weather elements and adding a few new elements to the overall tone of this map isn't enough. I think that it needs a complete overhaul. So if you guys have liked this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'm planning on making a lot more content leading up to Black Ops 6 Zombies release in about 9 or 10 days. Honestly, I can't wait for that, but I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.